Hi everyone, it's Jacqueline. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is really exciting. I'm going to be sharing with you guys a few of my workout tips, what I did when I first started working out at 500 pounds, and what I'm currently doing now, or what I kind of worked myself up to, going to the gym, getting a personal trainer, all of that sort of stuff. So let's just get right into it. So I'm going to do this video as kind of a Q&A type video. I took a lot of the questions that you guys had, that you commented, messaged me, all of that sort of stuff, and I just kind of broke it out into questions. After you watch this video, make sure you head over to my blog. It'll be down below, and I did a Q&A with my trainer, Bo, and he answered some of these questions, so you guys can kind of get a different perspective as like a trainer side of it. So make sure you go check that out for more information. He gave a lot of great information as well. So without further ado, let's get started in this Q&A and with question number 1. So the first question is, what is the first workout I did when I weighed over 500 pounds? And to be honest, for the first year or two, I didn't really join a gym, have like a set workout routine or anything like that. The number one thing I focused on was my nutrition, to get my eating dialed in, to get on a better eating schedule, to kind of start changing the relationship I had with food. So that's honestly what I very first started with. Now, I knew being over 500 pounds, working out was going to be difficult, because even getting out of bed was difficult for me. So I didn't want to overwhelm myself and really just jump in to a gym, start running on a treadmill, because I knew I wasn't going to be able to stick to it. So what I focused on was just moving more, being more active, making sure I walked more during the day when I was at work. Just be more aware of your movement, parking farther at the grocery store, at the mall, things like that. And then Kevin and I, who's my fiance, we went for a walk every day. So even if it was at my house down to the stop sign, which was like 10 steps and back, that's what I did. And then I would go 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. That's honestly what I first started with. And then when I started feeling more comfortable moving, I started doing at-home workout videos. I watched a lot of YouTube videos and did it at home. I did a lot of walking, exercise, aerobic type videos in home. And again, I started with 5 minutes, 10 minutes, then went to 20 minutes, and then was able to do the whole video, which most of the time was like half hour. And that really just built my confidence a lot. So the second question is, when did I join a gym? So I started my whole weight loss journey in 2012, January 2015, when I actually joined a gym. So it was actually quite a while before I joined a gym. And like I said, I wanted to get everything down, change my nutrition, my eating, get more confidence in myself, build up that self-esteem, kind of get my body moving again, because for a while there I wasn't moving at all. And I knew joining a gym or being in like a group environment was something I always wanted to do. So Kevin and I went, we met with someone at the gym. He actually had this tone, this attitude of, you can come in, you could do this, see how it works for you, make sure it works for you, make sure it's a good fit. And if it's not, it's not, and you have to go find somewhere else. But he really made sure that I knew it was about what was best for me and my needs, and really made me feel like he believed in me and wanted what was best for me. So, the next day, he's like, you're coming the next day, try a class, see how you like it. And I tried it, or Kevin and I tried it actually, and I wanted to die. It was the hardest thing, one of the hardest things, I have to say, that I'd ever done in my life. Putting myself out there, being vulnerable with a whole class of people, doing movements I've never done before, lifting weights, like everything. It was crazy. Like, I really did not think I could do it, but that's kind of just when I started. So which brings me into my next question, which is number 3, is how did I overcome my fear of going to the gym or the gym? So like I said, this was more of like a group class setting. It wasn't like a typical gym with equipment and you do your own type of things. They had different stations, different equipments, different weights, and you kind of rotated through the stations as the class went on. That felt less intimidating to me than actually just walking into a gym with all of this equipment and me having no idea what to do, how to do it, how long to do it, how heavy I could lift, what to do. I thought this was a great fit where I can start lifting weights and getting that, and also having someone kind of show me what to do. Honestly, I just felt really comfortable at this place. I knew this was where I was kind of meant to be, and all of the people in the class were so supportive and so encouraging. So for me, it really helped me overcome that fear because everyone was there for the same reason. Everyone wanted to become healthier, stronger, gain self-esteem. You know, a lot of other people were nervous as well. And the more you kind of start talking to people, you really do start building those friendships, and you start realizing, you know, you think all of these people are looking at you or judging you or going to be making fun of you. But in reality, everyone's there for themselves and to better themselves. And when I kept reminding myself of that, like, I'm here because I'm dedicated to my health and my well-being, and I want to become fit and stronger and continue losing weight. And it doesn't really matter what anyone else is going to say. Yes, it bothered me, you know, that I felt self-conscious or couldn't do stuff or that I had to modify every single thing. But you just have to keep reminding yourself, I'm here for me, I'm doing this for me, and kind of forget everyone else because no one else really truly is caring what you're doing specifically, and you have to remind yourself that, like, everyone's there for themselves. So that's kind of what helped me, is to remind myself to find, first of all, a place that you feel comfortable and supportive. But number two is knowing you're there for yourself and to better yourself and to take care of yourself just like everyone else is, because you're the one who's strong enough to be in that gym. You deserve to be in the gym just like anyone else, and to be working out, working on your fitness, your health. And at the end of the day, I had to keep reminding myself too that that's what mattered. So question number 4 is if there were moves that I couldn't do and how did I handle that? So yes, and when I first started at boot camp, I could not do anything. I couldn't even do a jumping jack. The jumping motion, even still now, to be honest, I really can't jump very well. So I was literally modifying every single thing. I think that's where it goes back to finding somewhere where you're comfortable, whether it be a group class, a one-on-one training, going in by yourself. Even if you're not comfortable and you still continue to do it at home, there's gonna be movements and things that everyone can't do. Like, there's something everyone can't do. We're all not perfect at everything. And it takes time and practice and patience and loving yourself to be able to do all of these moves. So of course, in the beginning, I was terrified of going to different stations and trying new things. And it was really one of those things where it's like, I'm not trying this because everyone's going to watch me fail. And I'm going to fail, and it's in front of everyone, and I'm not going to be able to do it. But that, I think it goes back to thinking like, you know what, I am here for myself, so I am going to try. You know, how do you know you can't do it unless you try? And if you mess up, you try it again, or you keep going. Feeling of finally accomplishing something that you once couldn't do and seeing your progress, that's when you're going to feel so proud of yourself. So, of course, even now, I still have things I can't do. I still can't jump doing a jumping jack, and I have to do a side step instead of a jumping jack, or go on my knees for a push-up. But you just modify. You do what works, and you remember that. You remind yourself, I'm doing the best I can, and this is what the best is for me. So that's all that matters. So do what you can, try your best, never give up or quit before you even try it. But just remember, as long as you're trying your best, that's what matters. And you will get better. Just have to keep going. So question number 5 is, how did I prevent myself from getting injured or prevent injury or things like that? The best advice I have for this is, before you really do anything, is to make sure you consult your physician, a doctor, a professional, to make sure you're actually able to do whatever class or gym or workout, whatever you want to do, to make sure that it is going to be the best thing for you. With that being said, I think it's really important to listen to your body, to know the difference of when something hurts, where you're kind of feeling tired or fatigued or not really wanting to do it anymore, or when there's an actual pain and that you need to stop. So there's a fine line between those things that I kind of had to figure out myself. So I think it's really important to keep your goals in mind and to always do your best, but to remember that there is that fine line between when something kind of is uncomfortable and when something actually physically hurts and you need to stop. And when that happens, it's very important to consult with a physician or a professional to figure out what's going on or the best steps to move forward with that. So that would be kind of my best advice, is listen to your body. You know, don't just do, oh, I'm just going to keep doing this one move because it's easy and I'm comfortable with it, and not push yourself to try to do other things or to go longer or to lift heavier, but at the same time be very mindful of, you know, the whole process of it, and remembering to listen to your body, and at the end of the day taking care of yourself. And you know, the worst thing is when you're making all this progress and you overdo it and then you have a setback that sets you back weeks, months, because that's no fun. So number 6, and I got this question a lot, is do you have to work out to lose weight, or do you have to join a gym to lose weight? And the easiest answer, you know, very quickly, if I had to tell you, is no. Like I said, it took me a while before I actually started a gym, and I had lost quite a bit of weight before I joined a gym or was really even working out. But for your overall health, it is important to kind of get moving, be active, and get that physical kind of exercise in, whether that be, you know, walking every day or running, or if you like weights, doing weight training, something like that to get your heart rate up is very important, and it's very healthy. So I don't like looking at this as like a quick, let's just lose weight type of thing. If you are deciding to lose weight or want to lose weight, I think it's very important to look at the big picture of it, which is not just losing weight, but having a healthy lifestyle, so you prevent, you know, that whole cycle of losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight, and start having a better relationship with yourself and your body, which includes taking care of, like I said, all parts of your health, and that includes, you know, like I said, physical activity of some sort. So number 7 is, what's better for weight loss, weightlifting or cardio? Like I said, at the very beginning, it was all about just moving, walking, aerobics, so it was all cardio. But I was strictly cardio for a long time. And it wasn't until I joined my gym, my boot camp, that I actually started lifting weights and doing weights. And honestly, I thought from the very beginning that it was only cardio that you needed to lose weight. You burn the calories, you do that, that's what you need. I did not think weights were going to help me reach my goal or lose 300 pounds. When any of the stations were just weights, in the beginning, I was very frustrated and I didn't want to do it. I was like, I need to be jumping, moving, out of breath. Otherwise, this station is pointless and it's wasting my time. But I was just reminded through all the different trainers there, just keep going, you know, do the weights, do the routine, trust the process. And when I actually started, you know, letting my body lift the weights, do the weights, I actually found my body actually physically changing. And it wasn't just the number on the scale, but my body was changing. Clothes were fitting differently. I was starting to see muscle definition. I loved the changes it was making or having in my body. Where before with cardio, I was just seeing the number on the scale drop, and like I obviously, you know, you see your body changing when that happens, but it didn't change quite as much as when I started doing weights and incorporating weights into it. So I definitely found that balance of cardio and weights and doing that together. So now in my journey, after going, you know, losing 350 pounds and doing a bunch of different exercises and activities, I do think that both cardio and weight training help and are great for weight loss, maintenance, and just your overall health. Because that's where I definitely saw the most changes in my body, is when I was doing both of them. So number 8 is a question I get a lot, is how did I find or pick a trainer? And when did I kind of get a personal trainer or decide to get a personal trainer? Going back to when I very first started at the boot camp, one of the instructors was there, I think my second day. I met him, and right away we just had this instant connection, this instant bond. The way he just taught the class, his humor, the way he made me, like, he just had this way about him that, you know, made me feel very comfortable. And when I told him, you know, I'm going to need a lot of help, I'm going to need a lot of modifications, he was pretty much like, okay, I got you, we'll do this. And it didn't make it like a big deal, like, well, why can't you do this? why aren't you trying to do this? Why, anything like that, which made me feel uncomfortable. He was just like, okay, I got you, we'll do this. And from that moment, he has never left my side or never made me feel like I can't do something. So I feel very blessed and fortunate in that way that I just kind of happened to meet him. He was at my gym, and it was like that instant connection, that instant bond. But I feel like that goes back to, again, joining a gym is making sure you have that comfort and that relationship with someone, and you're just not a paycheck. You're not just going to be paying them. They're going to kind of half help you, and you're on your own, and then they get your money and send you on, don't really care about you. I think it's very important, if you want a personal trainer or want to work one-on-one with someone, that you make sure that you feel like they have your best interest at heart. They know your goals. They know how you work, your temperament, when you're having a bad day, how to kind of push you without, making you be like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. And that kind of relationship kind of comes the more you're working with someone. But you definitely want to make sure you have that bond, that connection, or feel that they actually want to help you. And it was pretty quick that, I feel like once I found out he did personal training or one-on-one training, I went up to him and I was like, yeah, so I want to work one-on-one with you. How do we make this happen? It was something where I was so focused at that time to continue losing weight, that I wanted to do everything I could to lose weight instead of, doing it for the right reasons. And so I thought by working one-on-one with him, I would lose weight faster. Quickly turned into not, I'm going to lose weight faster, but this is really going to help me in the long run, with the things I need in my life and with my body specifically. And when you have that, like I said, that connection with someone where, you can joke around and have that bond, and, when you're just laying there dead, he's like, okay, we're starting from the beginning because you're not doing it, and it keeps it fun, and it just makes it a lot easier. And you're taking care of your body, you're doing what you need to for yourself. And so that's kind of why I decided to take the next step and work one-on-one with someone. And you definitely don't need a personal trainer, but like I said, for me, it was just really helpful to work on specific things that my body needed. So question 9 is probably one of the most important ones, and one that I'm still really working on. It's how to stay motivated and not compare yourself to others. So I think this is a very hard topic for a lot of people, is comparing yourself to others. So something that really helps me out is, again, taking a step back from that moment of when I'm feeling like I'm comparing myself to others, and really going inside myself, taking a deep breath, closing my eyes, and reminding myself, why are you here? Why are you doing this? What are you working on? What are you going through? Because a lot of those other people who you may be comparing yourself to don't have the same struggles as you, or aren't dealing with the same things as you. And something that I tell myself is, those people might not have lost 300 pounds. They might not be dealing with all of the loose skin. They might not be getting headaches. They might not have a food addiction. They might not be struggling mentally with themselves or their body image. And so if we're dealing with all of that, we don't know what they're dealing with. So they all have their own personal struggles, but that's not really why you're there. You're not there to try to figure out why someone else is able to lift or do or jump the way they are doing it and why you can't. You're there to work on you and to better yourself and deal with all the things that you're dealing with. So for me, that was, I've lost over 300 pounds and I'm dealing with this skin, and right now I'm doing the very best I can do. I might not be able to jump. I might not be able to lift more than 10 pounds. I might only be able to go 2 miles on the bike during a class, but that's the best I can do. And if I'm doing the best I can, why would I compare that to someone else? Because like I said, you don't know what they're going through. You don't know their journey or what their journey has been like, just like they might not know your journey or what you're going through. So they can think whatever they want. They can think, oh, she's only lifting 10 pounds. She's been lifting that for whatever. But at the end of the day, they don't know your journey, your struggles, what you've dealt with. So they have no room to judge you, just like you should have no reason to judge them or compare yourself to them, because you're two very different people at two very different stages of your life. So you just have to make sure you really focus on yourself and what you're doing. And yes, it's hard to not compare. We all do it. But when those moments happen for me, like I said, take that step back and remind yourself why you're there. You're not there for them, you're here for you. As far as staying motivated, I think for me, I just have that passion to always be better and to always reach my goals that I set for myself. So that's what keeps me motivated, are my goals and wanting to reach my goals, and knowing, it's not I have 6 months or whatever to do it, is I'm going to reach my goals no matter how long it takes me, and I'm ready and I want to do it for me because that's what I know is best for my health and my happiness and my future. So I'm very much a person of, if you have goals or you have something you want to attain or reach, it has to come from within and you have to really want it. So that desire for me to really want it, or to be able to lift 20 pounds, or to be able to do a burpee again, or to ride 5 miles, that passion, that drive is inside me. So that's what motivates me to keep going, is to reach all those goals that I have set for myself. So that's kind of how I stay motivated, and that's kind of a tip that I can give you guys is, if you want this bad enough, that fire and that passion should be there, that you're able to keep yourself motivated to reach those goals and to do the very best you can. So the final question I'm going to answer today is number 10, which is, how did I deal with all of the loose skin I had while I was working out, and did it bother me? How did it affect me? The reality is I lost 350 pounds, so I have a lot of loose skin. Honestly, that was really frustrating because the more I was working out, or the more my body was changing, the more loose skin it was, and then the more it kind of set me back in being able to work out or move because of how much it was affecting me. It pulled on my body. It hurt my neck, my posture, my back, my legs, my hips, my knees. Like, it was really affecting everything. To be honest, a lot of the mental issues came too with this. The noises it made when you're working out and the skin on your legs flap together, and it makes a very loud noise. And I was very self-conscious of that. And, trying to lift your arms up and down, and the loose skin on your arms flapping or hurting or hitting you, or sweating and it causing rashes and irritations, which in normal everyday life, it caused rashes and irritations and hurting and pools, but working out only made it like 10 times worse. So for me, it was very hard. And one of the reasons why I decided that I was having skin removal surgery. But the way I kind of dealt with it, because I definitely worked out up until like the day before I needed surgery or had skin removal surgery, was I just wore tight like compression pants or compression wraps for your arms, or I made sure that I bought leggings that maybe were a little too big and I pulled them up like all the way to my chest. So it got like all of the loose skin tight, so it kind of held the stomach area in from moving around. Again, with the legs, the tighter the compression on the legs, it's going to hold that skin in and it's not going to flap around as much. But I had so much that those things didn't really help that much. So not to like discourage you or to make you, fear if you have a lot of weight to lose, that you don't want to lose weight because you're going to have this loose skin. Because living a life at 500 pounds is not a life to live. And when I lost 350 pounds and had all of this loose skin, I was 1,000 times happier, healthier, living a better life. But I just knew that my quality of life would still be so much better if I had the skin removed. But it's not anything to be afraid of, to be fearful of, to not want to lose weight because you're afraid of the loose skin. I would be more afraid of living a life that's not yours than living with loose skin. And again, you just have to go back to that mental mindset of, I've lost 350 pounds and I have loose skin. And yes, you're gonna notice it. Yes, it's gonna make noise. Yes, it hurts, but that's something that I'm dealing with. And if other people around you don't understand that, or want to make fun of you or laugh at you or judge you for it, then that's on them. And I know that's a lot easier said than done, because I still deal with that and have a hard time with it. But it has to take practice. You have to continue telling yourself, feeding yourself with love and positivity and all of that to really try to help that situation. But it's definitely something that affected me big time, still does. But it's also something to know that at the end of the day, it's skin. It is what it is. And whether you choose to keep it or have it removed or not have it removed, or however you want to deal with that, that's your decision. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. I hope I was able to answer your questions. If you have any other questions, I could do another video. Leave questions down below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. And make sure you go check out the blog I did where Bo, my trainer, answers some of these questions and gives kind of his insight and his opinions on it. I'll leave that down below as well if you want to go check that out. And I really hope you guys are having a great day. Thank you so much for all of your love and support. And I will talk to you guys all very soon. Bye.